Good afternoon. The time is 2:20 p.m. and the date is 8/5/20. And today we're going to deal with surgery again. So we saw the examination of lump or swelling and the detailed things. So now we'll see about examination of ulcer. So this is the third topic. Um, when concerned with the fourth year, so after community medicine and this ENT and ophthalmology, so the fourth year was undistinguishable because we didn't know what to do and when, and so only 6 months was left for 2014 um, Feb. So 2014 Feb was our fourth year examinations, and so like um, so we are 2009 batch, so we had 2010 we finished our anatomy, physiology and biochemistry. Then 2011 we had a one skip month, and 2012 on February we had our pathology, microbiology, pharmacology and forensic medicine. And after that 2013 Feb and March we had our ENT, ophthalmology and community medicine. And since we were not able to finish pathology on 2013 Feb only, we wrote our pathology. And next 2014 Feb, we have to complete our final year exams. Since we did not complete ophthalmology, we were writing ophthalmology on 2014 Feb and March. And next 6 months was there as an extension. So the next 6 months we were just dealing with only medicine and surgery, just passing by, but still OG and pediatrics subjects were continued. But a lot of things like OG had accumulated a lot of area, a vast area in studies in between medicine and surgery. So what we have to deal main with is only medicine and surgery. OG has no interference with it. So how dare you could make it with ONG? And so it is liable for crime. And so since the beginning, like we were with surgery and medicine was not at all touched. It was just like a statue there. So even people touch a statue, but we did not touch medicine, we did not learn medicine. Surgery was okay, but our exams with surgery, especially the class tests. So when Navanithan sir was there, he used to keep a weekly, daily test. He planned for daily test, and we had test. People could utilize a lot of free hours for that. So you must have allowed us to learn in the class itself if you want us to get more of marks. Since evening, as you know, evening after 5 o'clock uh, up to 6 or 7, we were busy on the road. And busy on road of constructions and anatomical businesses. So I know you would not consider. We did not expect you to consider, but you must have made a note that people at least learn. So you have made so college is for only a practical time was there in the morning, and I know for sure the dean and the medical superintendent has already informed us, and they were along with us in the classes, and they were teaching, giving lecture because I am a very important person. So I must be not misled. So they were giving lectures and they were making sure about the classes in the morning, and afternoon it is just a teaching coaching class. So it's not a time for your paper presentations or making some fun, or making a debate, or making a law college there. But I'm not angry about it. It was just a pastime. But still, then, why are you insisting very much more about words and subjects and all of the things? So, the thing to learn is that only the important keywords and the main things to memorize. So, this book which I am reading is not to memorize, but you have made it to such an extent such that we even memorize, we even know about all of the MD and MS subjects, which is not even necessary for us. And so you have made a blunder. And okay, but surgery. So Sridhar sir was there. Sridhar sir became the HOD. Previously, one professor was there, and so like one professor who looks like Selva Kalanjim sir, and so then other people was Dr. KB Lango and Ajay sir and Madam was there, and the units and the PGs. So, but surgery is a good, rememberable subject, and we had. Um, 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 Different batches, S1, S2, S3, S4, and different units. And we had our own professor, unit chief, and so actually, and so at that time only, I during the practice only I came to know about the chief, and very nice to be along with. My father, and Mr. Bailey, and so I never expected. It was a good surprise, and thanks for everything. And but it was a heart-aching surprise because I did not know previously. Since when I was studying from the third standard up to 12th, I don't know, my mother was working there. I know only by their names because I have a eye fault, an improper eye, so I could not differentiate people. And since I was a kid also, and and I was also not informed, and like okay, that's all okay, but a nice thing. And so in our team was a group of people, and Madan Karthik Raj sir was there, and Doctor um, Arun Balaji sir, and I know only a few of the people, and so because if you are on Facebook, then I would know your names properly and remember. And so then different people were there. Okay, we had a nice time together in surgery. They asked me to take a class on the varicose veins also, and I took a class with the students, BDS students, and so that was the only class which I took. And earlier I was taking class on um, some subject. I think I was taking class on medicine, uh, like on the dais. I was taking in the classroom, Annapurna lecture hall. They asked me to take a class, and it was about some potassium, I think. So um, then was like I never took even a single class in there, but only in the first year I presented some uh, a paper on MRI, so medical resonance imaging, and so the fan is going on. My ideas are going very slow. But what to do? It is very sweating here, and yesterday was a tide day, and so lot of tides, high and low tides, and was feeling very pneumatic, and so yesterday was Chitra Paurnami, and the moon was very bright. So this is I'm speaking on this solar panel. So this is a solar observatory, nearby solar observatory. This is space observatory. I don't know what it observes, but usually I think Mercury. And okay, about the space. So this is about some 0.3 MP of camera, but it has a nice bright view, and so like next I have just uploaded my surgery 2 video, and this is surgery 3 video, and my mobile has mobile battery has swollen up, and so I need to get a new mobile also, and also get the battery replaced. So I could not get into TikTok and WhatsApp, so that's the main problem here. And because those are some playable items, and here it is somewhat in the windows, we could have some games, but it's somewhat boring, and full of England streamed. So, and surgery, coming to surgery, like we had beautiful times, but always zero on the answer paper. And the first attempt of surgery, I failed. Only even though I was passed in the theory. So in the practical, in theory I failed. So second time it was correct to the pass mark, correct of some 50 out of 100, I think, in the theory. So just passed by. So I just got through surgery in 2015 February examinations. So it has already been 5 years by now, and so I don't know how the time is passing by. Time is just flying by, and still the words with me are remaining only up to some 1 year old. And so today's news was people rushing to the um, like people rushing to the task mark for having the for getting the hot drinks and wine and hot drinks. So in India, there's a lot of concentrated forms and the best varieties available. And alone in Salem, there was one day it sold about 44 crores, and so was along the news. And so like surgery was very beautiful. So when I remember Taskmark, I remember about this Chinasiragapadi road, where there is one beautiful Taskmark there. Every time I go, there are people standing by, and so very lovely place. And so that is a very important place mentioned in the um, uh, calendar, in the Panchangam, in the Sanskrit Panchangam. So it is a Vastu Seyan, and so like Buddha Sukra Yogam and all of that. So that is one of the places there. Actually, a beautiful Colorado River behind. So today we are having this Colorado River showcase in the front of our house. So previously it was the Veerapandi River lake. Now it is Colorado River lake, and next will be Lake Constance, I think. So all of the lakes are put forth for this what to say this Elam, and for rent, and for lease. And okay, the final year. Coming to the final year, so everything went on well, but the first 6 months, that is the period of 2013 August to 2014 Feb, nothing was learnt, nothing was there, nothing we learnt, nothing we did, just as this Corona syndrome. Just as a pandemic, it was an epidemic there. I don't know which disease was there. There was no diseases since we were on the case taking. But learning about cases was very important, and we were learning most of cases. And orthopedics was never touched. We just learned from the surgery book itself, and next, the orthopedics has a nice green book. I thought of reading that, but no time at all. I was just taking this Das Manual of Clinical Surgery, was going through the entire surgery book and memorizing this alone. And so then there is a book of Das. So that also I not learn, but I had some small guide books, and final year guide was there, so that also I learnt. The final year part 2 guide was there, and so that had only a few of the descriptions that fully memorized. This partially memorized and completely wrote. So what happened was the first time when I wrote was like I wrote very sluggish and slaggy. To the slanting on black and green gel and ballpoint pens. But what happened was first time I not give a lot of description, but the second time when I did was like I drew a diagram, and even if there is no diagram in the book, I drew an imaginary diagram and wrote the sentences. Even for one word I did for that, and I got through. So that was a success of surgery, my success stories. And because OG, which is not even very important, and pediatrics, because they were forming Thanksgiving subjects for the next 6 months. Since we are in Britain, we should be given a thanks. So surgery was a victory, actually a victory. A second time victory is not just less. it means an equal degree to a professor. So that is very much pleasing, and one of my establishments and success stories. So next was this medicine. So medicine also we had this KKR sir and KK Rajagopal and Nadraj sir was there. Nadraj sir is a very good sir. Usually he comes silently and teaches everything, and he also joins with the people, and so he helps students more. And also next one more sir was there. He then retired up. No, he was there in the department when I was practicing. So he also used to teach very much, and we asked doubts. And I was just reading medicine that day, and we had this special classes, and so I was asking difference between this um, Vadam and Valip. So this epilepsy and stroke. So and he was teaching about that only, and he had some ideas, and so then he went on silently. So then that's why I think he is saying about my grandfather then. And okay, then thank you for that. And actually, that time I had not realized, but since my mind is entirely on space and something studying, so and I was also not told about. So then, after the medicine. So medicine was there, very nice, and okay with that. And so during practice, Malar ma'am was there, and other teachers were there, and seniors were there. They were doing PG, and so see, I just forgot their names by now. When I was practicing, I know each and every one of their names, but now I forgot. And so, if I see Facebook again, then I'll remember. Just because I'm not having my phone for 2 to 3 days, I just forgot everything. And so then was orthopedics. So orthopedics sir was there, Manoharan sir was there, chief, and then our dean is the ortho department, and our PGs were there. So Vijay Kumar and Bharat sir and others were there. That also not so clear to my mind. And other teachers were there. Okay, they were very helpful. And ortho, we had only 4 tablets to write. One is paracetamol, one is combiflam, paracetamol or combiflam. Mostly we give combiflam only. And so next we had this Trias is one of the tablets we get outside. Then we usually give Gelucil to the patients. And so next is um, this Rantac. Usually we give. Actually, omeprazole we don't give. Rantac is usually available, and and omeprazole has a trade name. So by Ranbaxy, I think. So we own the company of Ranbaxy, so we don't give it to hospitals. Only on private and specialized hospitals only we give. Super specialities only on recommendation we give omeprazole, because it is very much developed with micromolecules. And so next is that the injections also, we give a lot of injections, and a few of the things I just forgot. And next, after orthopedics, we had a nice time there, about 1 month of orthopedics, and we had a good time. Even afternoons we had there, but I think it would be quite unwell, because to work with us, I know how it have felt for the elderly people, especially Manoharan sir and all, and the dean. But no, I certainly remember, like, you can be with us in the mornings, but in the afternoon also you were along with us, and thanks for that. But I had not planned for it. No, like, whenever you leave, I'll be leaving up. Because whatever time you give for me there, I'll make use of it, and if you want me to leave for the next moment, I'll be outside. So I don't have any intention of being along with in the afternoons. I don't prefer so, because I'm very conscious about my health. And if you give me that time from 1 to 3, I would certainly be outside climbing a mountain, discovering space, and having some breath. So it is good for me and my child. So um, so that one thing was always I plan. But after community medicine, I leave afternoons. In the afternoons, I leave. Um, but still, I had not present the report to the community medicine. So note this point. After community medicine, I was outside. After they leave us, I was outside, and they free. After that, we were free. We were just asked to be there for about 1 hour in attendance. Um, so after that, we are free after 3:30. So, like, I used to leave usually if after 3:30, if we gave attendance previously, then afternoons I will be outside. Then but the intention was to present on the community medicine. Like, if I had made certain data collections and presented, then it would be a beautiful time there, like a good presentation if I have intended to. But there was a lot of stuff available on the book, and a lot of so our practical session was closed previously. So we were given time for more of practicals, and do self do, because the road from Salem to Siragapadi, that is the main intention to present on community medicine. So that was left behind. I did not present that also. So I don't know when I would get time to do these. But still, I could, like, uh, getting interior was like presenting about the road. So either a talking session or a field session would be good. But I presented it as a field session, but the results have not been made under visual communication or a picturization. So, like, I would like to do that further. And next, this ONG, again and again. So lot of they went on well. ONG went on well. But everything was nice and everything was good. Even the tablets and other things, only the case history taking was done by the CRRIs. The PGs used to write the tablets and give. So that's okay, that's no problem, and everything went on well on OG. But we had a holiday of some um, 2 to 3 days, like for this Jayalalitha's death day, and so the chief minister was dead, and some few days of interval holidays for a gap in between, for some public programs and all of that. So I was not able to meet their requirements. So I was not again posted in OG, but that alone was just only in 30 days, some 10 days went off by. Uh, I mean, like in posting of 2 months, some 10 days went off by. But okay, it was somewhat okay, but still we need to know more about the ONG. ONG operations were very good. We no need, it was completely completed. But the coming to the labor ward, there this normal delivery was not practiced. So that must be very much given attention to. And I don't know whether I would make MS in ONG. So if I do ONG, I'll be doing only MS, Master of Surgery. I'll not be doing MD of ONG. Uh, so and um, so I think it's completed, and even though if I do MS of ONG, it's a doubt that I get a certificate, a degree certificate and all. So it might be mandatory or manual like. So then um, ONG was good with the CRRI postings and all, and night duties we were there, and we did not have any complaint, no complaint at all. So the PGs also were very good with us, and no complaints with them. Whatever you do, um, we could do only up to a certain level. So you must understand that. So we expect more of attitude and subject. We need, the main thing is the data and the subject in it, the matter in it. So um, whatever you try to say in other languages, say Tamil or other languages, or regional English, Indian English languages, um, it's not up to the mark. um, so still need improvement. But OG was very fair, very nice. So there Vimala ma'am was there, and she was my good friend, and Ali ma'am was there. So I just met her during on the final thing, final of when I wrote my final in 2016, OG. So I said to her that about the subjects and the difficulties, and how could not get through it. But the same year I passed by, and because I just met her because I was very ill, and so I had a small accident when I met. So when I went to Erkard, to Kilur Falls, I had an accident in the Kilur Falls, and so when I returned back, I was fully, then my face and my face was fully swollen up and uh, fully became like uh, something like a coronavirus disease. And just even though I wore a helmet, so I met up with an accident there in Aircard. So when I returned back, um, I felt I had some problem. And so then after having so I attended all the classes and all, but after having the break for exams just 10 days before exam, I had this accidental effect. And I thought so the previous day we went to Thrissur. I thought just because coming by going to Thrissur by train, I had this accidental thing. But previously during my trip to Aircard itself, I had this accident. And then after finishing off the exams, so it was a great struggle. And after finishing off the exams, when I was well, and the next year I went to Ercard. And then I was warned by the Ercard police in the toll gates, please don't come here by single, it's very dangerous, again be careful. And so from that time I did not go to Ercard then. So it was not the road to Danish Pet. Even I have gone to the road of Danish Pet. I not meet with an accident, but this road I met with. So this saying about this road, the Ercard main road, it follows a 22 bends, which is along my which shows the satellite picture of my farm's farm my farmhouse. And the blue sapphire pond. Actually it's a pond. um, Usually it's a well, blue sapphire well. It's a big well, and it has 22 bends, and it supplies water to 22 regions. And it has rights of 22 countries. And it is a main claim of the East India Company and the British ruling. So actually without a license and all we can't go there. But morning itself I go and escape there. um, but so because I want to view the entire, have an entire view of it. And then afterwards, in 2017 and all, I got a license. um, Actually till 2017 we were allowed freely without license in a scooter. And after the rule came, I immediately bought a license. And so this well, so this blue sapphire well of the Victoria Falls. Actually it is the Victoria Falls starting. So you previously would have seen me sitting and talking in the well and the lake part. So the interior of the Kannangurchi lake and my well. So this blue sapphire well was there. And we had a beautiful view of Ukraine also. And I think today it will go by story. And examination of ulcers, a question mark today. But anyways, let me depict. And so the final year about my memories. So because about 1 year completely I was free to be there, and but I never minded about the cost of education, but still wanted to be around because um, it was like they left our hands free, and they don't wanted us more there, and no more they want us there, and like so in a view to refresh, because every day was a learning day. In order to refresh, and if there is no classes, I would then go outside. Especially, I just first went with my friend Priyadarshini to Ekad, and so from that time, then I took my sister. So that from that time I became very fond of Ercad, and even though I was very careful in driving, I had an accident. Um, that's why, and but my health condition also was very worse, so that it could not bear the accident of it, and um, so OG went on like this, and after this medicine, surgery, OG, orthopedics, we had skin and STD. So the Dr. Kannan was the HOD of skin and STD. So the first 15 days of posting was on skin, and when I during completion, when was doing my CRRI, and so skin and STD was there, and he used to put beautiful pictures of Shreya, Asin, and Simran, all of the beautiful actors at the end of his presentation. So, I used to laugh. Still, then I don't know I am that picture. Um, but so it doesn't look like me, isn't? Do I look like that? No, no. Nowadays I don't look like that. That was my child picture. So then was like we had a good presentations on syphilis and gonorrhea and all of the skin STD diseases, and so it's a good topic and a good subject, and we had a good team there, and also like other things where the medical superintendent was not at all strict, but I wonder why he is just blabbering something like what at all. Actually, I'm not very mischievous. Sometimes I used to be very mischievous, but I thought, how did he find out and all? Then now only I realize he's staying at my home itself. So so I don't know about that. So when he was nearby me, I was searching for him outside. That's the truth. In an instance, I just broke my micro tip pencil. So I was having it for the final year exam, and it was still there. So now I bought a new pencil, and so um, you see my doll. So it's a nice doll, and So, I was thinking about it. So, I usually like beautiful men or women, even women, not only men. Since I'm of a teenage, I would like only men. Don't think about it. I like women also. I like beautiful, white-skinned, fair lady who dress up neatly, and men also who dress up neatly, who are very informals, and also men and women in very casual wear also. So, like I like people who are um, or average weight, and who are not even who are not too slim also. So, wherever I go, I would like to search for them, and would like to, usually I'm an artist, so I usually look at them very closely and observe them, and for my drawings or for my thoughts and poems, and something very close to heart. And so I also think of them in beautiful times when I'm having some rest at home. So, and sometimes I imagine to be one of them. And I like bright-witted people. So, then after Skin and SUD, so it was not too boring. It was really a needable, very much important topics. So Skin and STD on the final year is very good, and so other subjects were something like community medicine and ONG, and that was trespassed, and like um, that's all I think. Final year. Pediatrics. So pediatrics, madam was there, and sirs were there, and Balaji sir was there. So very nice to see on jeans and shirt. Actually, it suits him, isn't? So I've never seen him like before in the past years. So so other students and PGs were there, and professors also were there. And so that also, I'm sorry, I forgot the names. Actually, I would go into the album and see simultaneously so that I still remember, because Facebook has one thing to remember and forget their names. So school teachers and all, I still remember by now. And actually, I thought of saying something. I would like to read on mathematics of 10th standard. I've completed the subjects, the CBSE NCRT books, and so I would like to convey on constructions and business mathematics, and so my experience with that, and because if I tell about that, then it is completely over by now in the city. uh, so see, these medicinal subjects are to be taken later only. Why I am insisting now is that because I have to get into my marriage, my life, and I have to have a child, and it has to go to school. So and also I am terribly missing my sister by now. She left me, and She has been put to hostel, and we could not meet by now. So just meeting her from a distance, not even nearby, and she never talks to me by now. So I have a small kid. I had a small kid at home, and a beautiful kid, and it was with me for 10 years, from 2004 to 2013, and. So I don't know when she left. They took her without my notice. But now only I came to know about it. Just the previous year, I came to know about it. So still, I can't believe that I'm missing her. So I was still thinking that she was with me along, and so I would go to any heights if I terribly missed her. But still, I'm maintaining silence. Is that I want everything to go right, and I was very much ill, and my health condition was very worse, and it's just recovering by now. So pediatrics is that so like madam name is Tamarai Selvi, right? She had a beautiful name, and so like we had cases. We had small babies and newborns, because and the drugs were entirely different. So the drug formula was entirely different, and we could not compare it with this and that. So and that was a difficulty seen there, and the attendance was very poor with pediatrics. So I also asked ma'am about the subjects, how could I learn and all. She asked me to come and take cases and um, consult the PGs and take their help and all. So I went by there, and but I still missed the classes on the final year. I don't know how, like, just like uh, see, things are like one person cannot depend on other person for everything in the world. So each and every individuality is very important, and what mistake did I do? I don't know why and how, why there was a confusion, but was something like a battle of Dunkirk was there, and so still then I did not go into Russia itself, but still you made a battle there, and only after I was feeling relieved, I just went into the countries. So I would not have made into that, but I was really not well, because I had full of edema, and also I had this numbness, edema, and I could not move to places by walking. So that's why I made some air remedy. So there is a remedy through space, and most of the people don't know about it. So there is a siddhar named Pulipani, I think. He makes remedies with air. So one such is um, this therapies of Ayurveda. So and okay, while saying about the final year, so okay, today we'll skip the surgery subjects, and If I make a next video, I'll continue with it. I thought today I could start with ONG, with obstetrics. So I have a beautiful book that is Preparatory Manual for Undergraduates Obstetrics by Shirish and Daftari and Nicholas Jani. And it's a beautiful book which gave me a pass. And next is Gynecology, VG Padubetri and Ella Anand. That is Preparatory Manual for Undergraduates. This was very much useful, and I have learned each and every word of it because four times on this book. And so finally I went by like this, a beautiful final year. And so like first from 2013 August to 2014 Feb, we were with our own batch, and it was Thanksgiving there, and Tata, bye bye, see you. And so like we had a group photos also. And so like after that, um, like after the first half, the second half we were into separate batch with only the persons who had arrears. So Sivamaniganjan Vijay Kumar was there with me, and Joe Sabu and Ashwati, and a few of my friends were there. We had nice time together, and and also there were special classes for us alone, and or we were combined with the junior batches. And so we were asked to attend lectures. And also like morning theory, the practicals we went on for the postings, clinical postings. So like and we had a good teaching time there. So we need to have attendance there. And so that is a must. So and that was okay. And so next after that, only medicine, when we were expecting for the results, only medicine came out positive. And surgery also I failed. And OG and pediatrics also I failed. So I thought, I expected only like surgery alone will be like failed, and others I would have passed. But unfortunately, like to my um, like what to say, to my grievance, all of the three has left. And next was like we were given time. So we were asked to come to the classes. And but there also there was a confusion. They did not inform us about the classes and all of that. um, but we have to go and get postings from the medical superintendent, and go and take postings and attend classes. If we want, we can attend classes and give attendance. So then was like um, just I went by. So I was asking for postings, but I went to meet Dhansekar. So Dhansekar was not there, and they were skipping by. They were not giving us postings. So when we are there, you must immediately give it. If you have some delay, you must have reported to us earlier. But I got very much angry and I left the college. Um, but I did not go for any postings. Uh, like for some 3 months, about um I was at home itself. I wrote only the exams. Um, so like I don't know about the rules and all. Like actually, if we attend the classes only, you must give the hall ticket. But the first 6 months, I did not go for the learning. So next, I thought. So next time also I wrote the exams, surgery pass and ONG and pediatrics paid. So then I had a lot of confusion. Then I had a lot of thinking, and so then I thought, okay, let's go to the postings and ask for postings. So then I went, and so just the 6 months passed by as it is, as usual. And so then, like the next time, I went and asked for postings, and I went for ONG. The first time also, like I went for ONG, and surgery and medicine only. Surgery and pediatrics only I not go the first time. Second time I asked for ONG and pediatrics. ONG I went for 2 months, and pediatrics I just went for 1 month, but I left. I did not go for. Uh, so the next time I was passed in ONG and pediatrics also. So like it all happened, and so during my ONG exams and all, like I was not well, but I wrote the exams. So like during my practicals, my last practicals in ONG, so this I went some 15 minutes late. I went by 8:15. So 8:30 I think. So then the madam asked me to leave. Don't come this exam. Come by next exam. So then I asked for sorry, and I went and performed the exam. They gave me a case, so a pregnant case. So when I entered, I just kept my hand on the abdomen and pressed. So by the way, I was very cautious on pressing. So she was a pregnant, 9 months pregnant lady. I thought it was an edema, and so the teachers must have been very much aware about pregnant people. Um, then just asking the history, I recognized that she was pregnant and all, and so it went on all like that, and so during my orthopedics session also, during my surgery practicals also, I had this problem about and because writing the case was very difficult, and especially the hernia cases and all, I had not memorized at all. How would I write the case? And even in pediatrics, this x-rays and all, I was not at all familiar. I don't know what they were asking, and I was learning different. And so like that was also like just because the people with me were representing the government medical college, I think that's why they were not telling me about what they are intended to, and the subject wise things, uh, and the specimens and the x-ray specific things. uh, but you must have not known about me, like no women are there along with me, and you would have not known. It's okay. Till now, it's okay. We are younger, it's okay, but now we are growing, and you are about some 10 years elder to me. So like you must be very much matured and in presenting and standing as you. So and we must stand as we, and so like make sure we don't do this again. And so like I'm also very much alert by now, so wherever I go I'll be very conscious about you and take care of. So then like even on my medicine practicals, we had beautiful time. And so Nagaraj sir made comedy also, and was very nice with that. And surgery practicals was okay. And afternoon we had orthopedics. Then so like Prakasham sir was asking me, tell answer to this question, I'll give you a cashew nut to eat. So and at that time it was very appetizing, and was very mouth watering with the cashew nut. And he was also asking question, and my intention was just to make a pass. And so a very beautiful day with you all. And actually like I don't know what my grandfather is about to tell to me. So he's an administrator. So I also has to go about by. Why I'm stating all of this is that uh, you might get your own wishes about. And so like I know for sure, like the teachers were very near to me and very close friends, and they know more about me and I know much about them, and it was a good interaction. But I myself thought the teachers like me very much, and I am appearing individually to them among all of the students, and they know certain of other students also, but they know only me is the only problem here. So like then all the ONG practicals were okay. And so Vimala ma'am was also questioning having the um, um, this instruments and asking about and okay I answered. And the morning session was in the um, exam morning session was in the um, department itself, and afternoon session was in the community medicine um, block. So a beautiful final year, but I can never forget my because just because I did not attend the 1 year of the classes properly. I think it is a fate that I met with an accident. So like if you are regular on on a path, on a student as a student is on a path, all your other activities and space activities would go regular. If you miss a few of the things, and it is um like a mishappening has done. And everything went on fun, but still I'm worrying about not attending the 6 months of classes in my final year. And like it's okay. because I am not the only source of student for all the teachers. They have different students at different places, and they have a lot of communication, and they will make it with themselves. So I am not the only person involved with this. And so with this I conclude my speech, and thank you for everything. And upcoming so I just went to the Kamala hospitals, nearby hospitals, and asked for the job, and they are ready to offer a job, and still I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied with what they have. So they have only nursing students. So I can't see all my doctors. So in a day, I see more than 100 doctors in Vinayaga missions. Here, I can't just limit myself to see about some 5 to 10 doctors daily here. So I can't only deal with the nurses alone. Uh, so because being with along with the doctors of similar age, even though I'm of less age, being on with interactions was very good, and was the maximum that we get out of us, and so the maximum power and strength. So I'm not at all happy with the present Salem main area around, because here also people will be working only, but like I think it is better that we continue in the Vinayaga missions itself, and and we have enough of holidays. We had enough of holidays. Just we had 2018 Feb, 2018 Jan, we finished our CRRI completions. From that time we had free time. So then 2018 April, I registered in the Tamil Nadu Medical Council as a director, and so next, after Tamil Nadu Medical Council registration, in September 9 and all, I was graduated in the Vinayaga Missions Kirubananda Variyar Medical College, and as an MBBS doctor, and for full time. And so then on December 2018, I went to Madras and the MRB exams. So I wrote my FRCS and all of the exams, and then came back. And so Jan, there were results. I did not get through. So I just got some 34 out of 100. So 35 is the minimum pass required, and so then after that in 2019, um we had a lot of time involving. I had a lot of time in space. I alone, and so and in late 2019 August and all, I had some interest, and I joined the nearby hospital and worked for some 10 days, uh, but it was okay. There were no work at all. I'm very much comfortable, but I'm worrying about other people. What will they do? And so um, again our exams, MRB exams, and the railway exams, the combined medical services are up to come last month, but because of the corona pandemic, it is just uh, like passing by, and I don't know when they would make the exams come to life. And so then, by last week, I got back my papers in MRB. So I wrote a letter to the medical recruitment board about our um, difficulties and getting back the promises. And so, like after MBBS, people would like to do law. But here in the law college, there is no degree for 1 or 2 years. Maximum of 3 to 5 years is the time period. But it's okay, we could do law. But law has definitions and big books and uh, a lot of details on law. So, lot to learn. So, if you learn that, you'll forget entirely about medicine. So, that is a minus point, and there is a drawback. And so, like what I'm doing at present is that uh, for the past 6 months I've been buying the 10th standard book because my sister is doing 10th standard. So I've been buying my 10th standard books, and because I got some 93 percentage, so I'm well versed with the subjects. So I just got the NCRT books. So this is very useful for this TNPC exams, and so I'm just reading about it, and it's going on very nice. And so, like getting again into Vinayaga missions will be a dream come true, and I don't know how much it is going to help me. Um, But one thing which I can do to reach Vinayaga Missions is that I could build a straight road from Salem Central, straight to Siragapadi, a single road where no people come. So I could make a bridge connecting both of the things. But still, there are constructions in Aryanur, I think. So bridge constructions are there, and actually this road to Shevapet and linking the highways NH7, right, NH47. um, so that is a very nice shortcut road. And so, but even though there is a shortcut, I must just stay there and make researches on the land and the mining activities. So there's a lot of garnet mining there. So Grosler is this side, and there's a lot of garnet mining there. So recently I'm around this organical project, and I'm around this Christian Medical College, Velu, and it is Velur only, I think. So a beautiful place, but still we could go and work there. But I alone will be a doctor, other people will be different um, different get-ups. And so, like I'm just wondering what I have done to Tamil Nadu. And so, like without making a good place for me, I have done everything around, but still, so my fate is to be decided by MRB alone. And because of the government hospitals and all of the things, still I hate Mohan Kumar Mangalam. I could not go and work just as there because all of my luxuries in Vinayaga missions I could just can't step down into Mohan Kumar Mangalam. That's my because everything I have made and set up there. Okay, let's hope for a good road and can't leave back this alone. Um, so like. Um, so my intention after completion was like getting back in the to here to make myself safe and then proceed the next things, but here the situation is that is like uh, not giving way to my performance, and I don't know how far I'm going to get with this, and so a lot of individual effort was put by me to the college, so that is the reason, and I could not get back through money or through other means, so I myself has to go and do my work, and so thank you everyone for making this reach, and thank you.